Hi students. So in this video we'll discuss about a lab experiment which is a semi converter, right? I think you have done the lab experiment on fully controlled rectifier also, where all the four were thyristors, right? The only difference in this circuit is the bottom two thyristors will be replaced with the diode. That is why it is called a semi converter. So you'll have two thyristors and two diodes. I think you have studied this in the theory also, right? So we'll be controlling a DC motor using this semi converter. So this is a procedure. You can pause the video and you can go through the procedure. And this is a circuit diagram, right? You'll have an auto transformer to adjust the voltage, input voltage. So the input voltage is 230 volts. So we can get any voltage from 0 to 230 here, right? We can get any voltage. We can get any voltage from 0 to 230 volts here. And this is the auto transformer just to isolate the supply, right? I mean a single phase transformer, isolation transformer. Now, and this is the MCB, and you can see the connections here. So these two are thyristors and these two are diodes. That is why it is called semi converter, right? And here we have a diode also, that, as you know, this is a freewheeling diode, right? So we'll understand the circuit here. So this is a circuit. So you can see here, this is applied voltage Vs, right? We'll see what happens in one cycle, right? So now here from 0 to alpha, what happens is all the switches are off. So all the switches are off. So whatever voltage is present, it will not be coming across the output voltage V0. So here you'll have the voltage 0, right? Now what happens is at alpha T1 and D1 will be on. As you can see here, T1 and D1 will be on. So if T1 and D1 is on, what happens? The current will flow like this through T1 and load and to the negative part. So it will go in this way, right? So now what happens? You can see that whatever voltage is there, it will be available at output voltage V0. So whatever is the input here from alpha to, that is from alpha to pi, at alpha to pi, the same voltage is copied here from the input, right? Now next cycle what happens? At pi what happens? At pi the voltage is 0, so natural commutation will take place. So this T1 will automatically get switched off, right? So the switch will turn off. But what happens to the current? The current, here what happens is the inductor will be charged in the first cycle when T1 and D1 is on. Now in the second cycle it will be discharging through the freewheeling diode. It will be discharging through the freewheeling diode, right? So you can see here. So when the full voltage was applied, there was a short circuit. So the voltage, the current through the freewheeling diode will be 0. But when until the next pulse alpha comes here, right, the freewheeling diode will be discharging here, and right, this is nothing but the inductor current which is discharging. So it will be in this order. Now here I0 you can see I0 is nothing but the current which is flowing here. So during the first cycle when T1 and D1 is on, the current is flowing through this load, right? So now what happens? The inductor will be charging. So that is what is shown here. That is what is shown here. Correct. So the inductor is charging. And in the negative half cycle, from pi to pi plus alpha, the freewheeling diode will be conducting. So through the freewheeling diode, the inductor will be discharging, right? The inductor will be discharging, and that freewheeling will happen through the freewheeling diode. So that is why the same current, whatever is here, the same current is written here, right? Now we'll come to pi plus alpha. At pi plus alpha what happens? T2 and D2 will be conducting. So if T2 and D2 is conducting, how will be the connections? So if T2 and D2 is on, then what will happen? The connection will be of this form. Yeah, here T2 and D2. Correct. So what happens? The voltage is will be the same. So whatever voltage we have here, it will be of the negative side. So negative of negative will be positive. So here we'll get the positive voltage. Same explanation what we did for the first case, right? And here again the inductor will be charging. You can see that the current direction will be in the same direction. So the inductor will be charging and discharging happens through the freewheeling diode. It is the same. But whereas the source current, you can see the reverse of current, reversal takes place here, right? So source current will always be in the form of AC only, right? But output, the current will be in the same side. This is bidirectional here for the source current, but the output current will be unidirectional, right? So these are the what to say voltages across the switches, right? When the switch is conducting, here you can see that in this portion T1 is conducting. So when T1 is conducting, there will be no voltage across it, so it will be 0, right? Similarly, you analyze for T2 also when it will be on. So I explained this partially. You try to analyze this in a proper manner, right? With whatever theory concepts you have, you just try to analyze this one. So now these are the things what we require. The first one is a kit, right? You can see that we have two thyristors here, and we have two diodes here, and one more freewheeling diode we have, and this is the MCB, right? And this is auto transformer. So this is a digital firing circuit, right? We need two firing pulses because we have two thyristors, and this is the DC motor. This is a DC motor. I'll just show you the connections quickly. You can pause the video and try to analyze how the connections are made here, right? I'm not going to do the connections here. I want you to analyze with respect to the circuit diagram whether the connections whatever is done here is right or not, right? And then so this will be the what to say tabular column. So I can take these as references. So as you all know, when firing angle is 0, maximum voltage will be applied, so the motor will run at maximum speed. So we'll assume the maximum speed to be 1500, right? And when alpha increases, the speed decreases because the voltage applied will be less when alpha is 180 degrees. So this is the graph between speed and firing angle, right? So as the alpha increases, the speed decreases because the voltage applied to the load will decrease, right? That is the inference from this tabular column. That's all, right? I hope you have understood this experiment. This experiment is same as the previous one what you have done in the lab for a fully controlled rectifier, but only thing is we'll have two diodes here. The analysis is of the same kind, right? Whatever you analyze there, the same thing here, but only difference is it is a semi converter. I hope you have understood this experiment, right? Thank you.